Hey, 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 hey. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are. I am here. I am here. I feel like it's real dark in here. Um, can y'all hear me okay? My audio good and everything? Just check it. Oh, I didn't even put on my damn. Y'all hold on one second. I'm all disheveled. Where's my damn? I was supposed to be putting on the shirt. I ain't even got on my goddamn shirt. Y'all hold on one second. You would think that 3 minutes that I have with the intro would be enough time to get my life in order. Clearly it's not. So, all right. We ready for real this time. For real. All right. There we go. Okay, now I feel better. All right. All right, it's for real this time, y'all. It's for real this time. Hey, 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 hey. What is going on? What's up? What up? What up? What up? Good morning. It is Saturday, and y'all know when it's Saturday, that means that it is time for us to be silly. So we will continue to be silly with our Silly Saturday. Yes, we are here for all of it. I feel like I'm really dark, but it is what it is. Let me turn on some light in here. I keep having to get up. Let me say hi to y'all in the room as I come in. I had some technical issues this morning, but we worked them out. Hey, MVN. What's going on? Volvo, Tracy, Nicole Stevens, Belize. Hey, Boo. Patty Duke, So Jeff. Good morning, Nicole Stevens. All y'all. Good morning, Patty Duke. You know, I'm in a good feeling whenever I see you here, Patty Duke. So I am certainly in a good mood by being able to see you here with me today, Patty Duke. You know, you one of my day ones. So I when I see you in the building, I feel better. I feel better. Okay. Hey, MVN. What's good, my love? It's good to see you too, Belize. I am so glad to see you. So we are here. We got tons to talk about. A lot of stories, um, which kind of scares me because when I have a lot of stories, I feel like I be having too much to talk about. But when I don't have a lot of stories, then everything is kind of good. So yeah, I don't know. We'll work it out. Anyway, what's going on, people? What is going on? So let's talk about what we need to talk about. Let me turn on some light in here so y'all can see me better. I feel like it's dark. Damn. All right. I don't think that helps, but it might. All right. So what's going on, Jeff? All right. So y'all, listen. It's been a long week. We did what we had to do. Hmm. Down there to the people job. And so now it's time for us to be silly. So today is January 22nd. We are already speeding through January. Hey, Rochelle. And it is about time to go to February. Unfortunately, we ended Capricorn season this week. So sad to see it go. Now we got to wait like almost a whole year, like 11 more months before we get another Capricorn season. Anyway, so but we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it do what you do. So we got some stories today. Um, I got a lot of sugar spikes this morning. A lot of sugar spike stories this morning, and I don't quite know how this is going to go with all these sugar spikes that I'm supposed to have this morning, but we'll do what we got to do. We'll try to make it happen. Try to, you know, make it do what it do. You know, sugar spikes notwithstanding. So yeah. All right. So let me open up another because I'm gonna have to show my stream yard from another oh, all right. So let me see what I'm going to do for my first story. I feel like my I feel like okay. There we go. I can see myself better. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right, I can see y'all better. So girl. I'm sorry, y'all. This thing, my computer is acting up. All right. Get it together, I'll tell you, get it together. All right. So so let's see what story I'm gonna go with first. What story shall we do first? So let's get all of our in memorials. You know, You're right, Patty Duke. It is always Capricorn season. You was watching CNN trying to cover a story that we had already went through, child. You know, we hit the things first over here. We break news first here. Okay, please don't get it twisted. So yeah, I'm looking at my agenda for today, and there's so many sugar spikes. I don't even know. Yeah, I'm gonna just say my sugar spikes for the end. So let's start here with our in memoriams. We had a lot of people that passed away this week. Okay, a lot of people passed away this week, and because all of those people passed away, we definitely want to give tribute to them because of who they were and all that they meant to the world. We had earlier this week Andre Leon Talley passed away. Let me put up a picture of him. Uh, Here he is. Andre Leon Talley passed away earlier this week. In memoriam, beautiful soul, pioneer in the fashion industry. He passed away this week. May he rest in peace. We had Louis Anderson, who passed away yesterday. Um, Famed comedian, beautiful soul, wonderfully comedic and funny. I was kind of sad to see him go. This morning, we learned of the death of Regina King's son. I believe his name is Ian Anderson. He passed away this morning, and he was like 26. Um, so, and then we had also yesterday Meatloaf. We found out that Meatloaf died yesterday. Now, I put Meatloaf because when I learned of Meatloaf's death, I'm reminded of a hilariously funny clip from I will play the clip for y'all, okay? But when Meatloaf was on Celebrity Apprentice, okay? Meatloaf was on Celebrity Apprentice. And let me set up this let me set it up for you, okay? I'm gonna set up the video. So Meatloaf was on Celebrity Apprentice. You had Lil Jon that was on there, Gary Busey was on there, a bunch of other people was on Celebrity Apprentice. So they had this project, they had to go and paint some stuff and hey, the little baby and do some stuff with paint. So apparently Gary Busey had been antagonizing because I remember watching that season. Gary Busey had been getting on goddamn Meatloaf's nerves over and over and over all season, and Meatloaf just lost it when they had went and bought some paints and some, brushes and stuff to do the project or whatever they had to do. And he thought he couldn't find his shit, and he thought Gary Busey had stole his shit. Let me show this clip. I had to kind of make it. I had to speed it up a little bit and make it like black and white. I'm probably still gonna get a copyright claim for it, but it was too funny for me not to play. So y'all just enjoy this, okay?
Other people's bags. Where's my paint? My paint's not here. I had a whole bag of markers.
So you're missing stuff.
Yeah.
That ain't good, dude. You sure all that is actually Gary's?
No. Gary, did you buy this paint right here?
Yeah. Why? Gotta be around here. There's another bag.
This is my stencils and all a bunch of the crap I bought right in here. I put a JR on this bag, so this is me. Here's another bag over here, but I think this is me as well.
I tied my bags together. I know mine is mine.
I don't see another bag over here.
Okay!
What's wrong?
Mother!
What's wrong?
I bought those mother sponges. Part of that paint is mine. I'm sick and tired of you, mother!
No.
That was all mine in my basket.
Mother.
No, I've been
Hold on,
seen.
guys. Hold on.
You don't want to make you don't want to start with me.
Meat, don't do it. Don't do it.
You do not want to with me. You look in my eyes. I am the last person in the world you ever want to with. You understand me?
Listen, the part that gets me every time is when dude is in the background saying, "Me, don't do it, me, don't do it," because everybody has that voice in the back of their head right before you going off, and when you in mid like getting ready to drag a bitch, you have that voice in the back of your head saying, "Me, don't do it, me, don't do it." Dude, Meatloaf had to fucking lost it, okay? Meatloaf had to fucking lost it. Dude saw Meatloaf go in. Me, don't do it, me. Oh, don't do it. Listen, Mark McGrath had to step in between them like, bruh, this is about to go down. Listen, how you knew this shit was real? Because everybody with Meatloaf started looking for his shit. Everybody immediately said, "Nope, I ain't got it. This mine." Bro was like, "Nope, I wrote my name, my initials on mine." Lil John was like, "Nope, I tied my shit together. I ain't got your shit. This mine." Everybody was kind of like, mm-mm. I don't want to get into that. Baby, when Gary Busey ain't say shit, that bitch would just walk around. And Meatloaf said, "Oh, bitch, you just gonna walk around like I don't know you stole my shit," and just wet slap it. But to me, it's when dude is like, "Me, don't do it, me, don't do it." It's so many things. I'm gonna play it one more time because it's so every time you watch it, you see another thing that you missed the first time. It's just hilarious. I wish I could play it in in the actual, not sped up where you can see it like in the real because it's slower when you actually watch it. Hilarious. One more time, one more time. I just want y'all to listen to the voice in the background. "Me, don't do it, me, don't do it." There you go, Lord.
Other people's bags. Where's my paint? My paint's not here. I had a whole bag of markers.
So you're missing stuff.
Yeah.
That ain't good, dude. You sure all that is actually Gary's?
No. Gary, did you buy this paint right here? Yeah. Why?
It's gotta be around here. There's another bag.
This is my stencils and all a bunch of the crap I bought right in here. I put a JR on this bag, so this is me. Here's another bag over here, but I think this is me as well.
I tied my bags together. I know mine is mine.
I don't see another bag over here.
Okay!
What's wrong?
Mother!
What's wrong?
I bought those mother sponges. Part of that paint is mine. I'm sick and tired of you, mother!
No.
That was all mine in my basket. Mother! No, I've been
Hold on,
seen.
guys. Hold on.
You don't want to make you don't want to start with me.
Meat, don't do it. Don't do it.
Mother, you do not want to with me. You look in my eyes. I am the last person in the world you ever want to with. You understand me?
Listen, when dude said, "Me, don't do it, me, don't do it." The clip is actually longer. He continues to go on for about another 2 or 3 minutes. You gotta go watch the whole clip. It's hilarious. Hilarious. But the fact that, because I can't really stand Gary Busey, I don't think a whole lot of people can stand Gary Busey. Gary Busey, I don't know if bro had a stroke or something, but the fact that half of his face was falling down like this, and he's trying to look at Meatloaf, and Meatloaf is going off at his face. One side of his face is doing one thing, and the other side of his face is doing something else. Girl, and his hair all disheveled. I'm not doing this with y'all. What's going on, Jason? See, y'all got me already early on a Saturday. We done already went south and left. We done already what the fuck south and left. But you saw how his face was down like this. Mm-mm, mm-mm. A mess. Just a mess. Okay? Just a goddamn mess. Anyway, now Gary Busey was looking like, "Pardon me, girl, girl." Hey, Jason. Child, Gary Busey was about to get his ass. If Mark McGrath had not stepped in between them right then, listen, Gary Busey was about to get drugged. Listen, he was about to get drugged, okay? But everybody needs that voice in the back of their head. Like, I forgot who it was that said, me, don't do it. I forgot who it was that said that. I know it wasn't Mark McGrath. I know it wasn't Lil Jon. And I forgot the other three people that was on the team with them, but I know it with them too. But baby, everybody has that voice in their head right as you are getting ready to set this shit off and go the fuck in and drag a bitch that says, me, don't do it, me, don't do it. That voice in the back of your head, but this time it was audible. You could hear it out loud. Hilarious. Larry Austin. You hear me? Larry Austin. Cha, cha. Anyway, so shouts out to all of those people who went on to be with the Lord this week. May they all rest in peace. So forth. I'm gonna get my not so sugar spiky stories out of the way first. And then I guess we got to tackle our sugar spikes. I guess we got to get there at some point. So as we venture off to America's hat, Canada. Canada apparently legalized marijuana, and now they're finding that twice as many Canadians are driving high and getting injured since they officially legalized the Mary Jane, the hippie lettuce, the purple haze, all of that good stuff, the reefer, the ganja. Anyway, I'm sure, Jason, you'll be interested in this story. So, according to complex.com, since weed's legalization in Canada in 2018, more and more folks are getting high, deciding it's a good idea to drive and then winding up hurt. That's according to a study coming out of the University of British Columbia this week. The report shows that cannabis was found in the systems of twice as many injured Canadian drivers since weed became legal as before. Quote, it's concerning that we're seeing such a dramatic increase, Dr. Jeffrey Brubaker, an associate professor at University of British Columbia and the primary researcher of the study, wrote. There are serious risks associated with driving after cannabis use. Our findings suggest more is needed to deter this dangerous behavior in light of legalization. Between 2013 and 2020, blood samples from more than 4,300 drivers who were considered, quote, moderately injured, end quote, and received medical attention at one of our 4 trauma centers in British Columbia were analyzed. Prior to cannabis, 3.8% of drivers had blood THC levels above the legal driving limit of 2 nanograms per milliliter. Post legalization, however, that has spiked to 8.6%. Interestingly, the largest increase reported was in drivers over the age of 50. So it's not even necessarily the kids these days who are to blame for the hike. Quote, we hope that policymakers will use our findings to design public information campaigns and enforcement measures and encourage drivers, especially older drivers, to separate cannabis use from driving, said Brubaker. At the same time, it is important not to lose sight of alcohol impaired driving, which is extremely high risk, especially when combined with cannabis. And it goes on and on and on. Now, I'm just going to say I am not somebody who smokes. I do not venture out. I leave that to my people like Jason and all of those other people. who like to fire up, and hey, if that's what you do, hey, do what you do, get it how you live. But the people are just saying, listen, don't be too high going out there. Now, I don't listen. I roll around with friends who will be driving and smoking at the same time. Okay. So I don't know how to, I can imagine, you know, people being well above the legal. I didn't even know there was a legal limit for marijuana. Well, I guess since I don't live in Canada, America's had. I didn't have to know. But apparently there is a legal limit. How many blunts or how many, puffs of the hippie lettuce does it take to be above the legal limit for driving? I'm just asking for a friend. Can I get somebody to look that up for me? Okay. Now I do the edibles, and that might be what gets me into a problem because I'm not gonna be smoking. You know what I'm saying? I'll be putting stuff in my mouth and pulling unless it's made out of skin. Hey, happy boo. But I'm just saying, the people say don't be out here getting high and driving. Okay. So Jeff, you say you a vapor? I see. I got an eighth on me at all times. I am holding. You know what, Jason? We know you hold it. We know you are. I had to stop. It was making me stupid. You know what? But see, I do the edibles. I don't really be smoking. I be doing the edibles. But they say it's people over 50. The study said it's the people over 50. Okay. So it ain't the young people. The young people apparently know how to hold it, know how to, control their cannabis use. It's the old people, you know. Where's really be when I need her to, validate this? She gonna get me, y'all. She gonna kill me. Really be gonna kill me. Anyway, um, my friends make weed lube. Wait, what? Weed lube? Weed lube? I didn't even know there was such a thing. So Jeff, you gonna have to, let me know where I can find some of this. Well, Jason, do you make weed lube, Jason? I need y'all to be letting me know. I'm with you, Spicy Original. I didn't even know there was a such thing as weed lube. Weed lube. Like, wait, what? Right? It's one of those moments. They make weed lube. Now, here's the situation. Anything that you put in your asshole gets easily ingested into the body. Like it's easier to ingest things through your asshole than when inserted into the rectum than other areas because the um the epidermis and the layers with inside of the anus are much more much less pliable, I should say, and blood is much more easier infused into the bloodstream. Even so, there are people who take, drugs and stuff, other drugs, not just weed, but like methamphetamines and cocaine and all kinds of stuff, and they take it rectally. They will insert it into their rectum because it's much easier for it to get in the bloodstream. So I'm assuming that weed lube, when doing the do, Jeff, will probably get you high. This is interesting. Hmm. This is very interesting. Hmm. Like there have been cases out where with especially in the Rainbow Push Coalition where people have been drugged anally during sex and against their own will. It has happened. Um and they people have been drugged and robbed and raped and stuff because they've been drugged anally. Mhm. Wow. CBD loops. Interesting. That is, listen. Okay. I guess let me talk to my peoples. Chat. Yeah. You need me to come back with a listen, Tracy. You already knew. I'm about to go and see if I can find me something this weekend. Don't unless one of y'all want to send me some. Girl, wait. So the CBD lube is different from the weed lube? Wait, Jeff, I need you to explain. So there's weed lube and then there's CBD lube. I don't. What is the difference? Like, help me. Is there a difference? Like, is it the same thing or is there a difference than what you were talking about earlier? I'm just so enamored and baffled by this. That is so wrong and not right. And those people need to be right, Raphael, but it does happen. We have only looked at about 25 cannabinoid. Okay. Fort Trough has a great CBD lube. Wait, Fort Trough. What is Fort Trough? Is that a website? Listen, y'all are just like, I'm just like, all of these, things are going off in my head. It happened to a relation of mine. They failed a drug test. Yeah, it now I that is real. People really have been drugged anally. It happens. It's a real thing. Weed lube gets you high. CBD lube gives you the feeling without the actual high from the THC. Interesting. Does the partner get the benefits too? Well, I don't. Well, when you talk about the skin and stuff around the penis, it isn't as easy to ingest things that way because that's outer epidermis and stuff like that. Whereas when you're talking about inside the rectum, that's actually inside the body. And like I said, the receptors and the ability to ingest things it's easier to do it through the rectum than it is in other parts of the GI tract, which is why people do like if you swallow it, it isn't as easily ingested as it is when you do it through the rectum. Yeah, application got accepted. Oh, okay, good, Jeff. Listen, Jeff is almost there. You listen, Jeff is going to be where you need to go for all your cannabis needs. Okay, we just need you to do an experiment and get the results from both parts. Okay, listen, I might have it by next week. Hey, let's put a Shondo in the chat for Jeff. He is that much closer. Now, how many more steps you got to go, Jeff, before you get to provide to the people in the chat? Chat. Jeff almost there, y'all. I ordered from Foria. I think it has 500 milligrams in that one. Okay. Listen, y'all are teaching me something. See, I told y'all it is on Silly Saturday where we learn, we laugh, and we have a good time. There are hundreds of receptors throughout the body for candidates. You mean Jason? Yeah, I mean Jason, not Jeff. I meant Jason. Y'all know I meant Jason. I meant Jason. So Jason, how far are you away from being that guy that supplies us with all of our cannabis needs? Put that in the chat. Let me get to my next. So that's what's going on in America's Hat. I'm trying to get through all of our light stories before we have to have whole sugar spikes over here. Just dear God. Where am I at? Where am I at? All right. So I found this next story real interesting. So we always got to have a crazy story, just always just off the wall story. Some states sell the THC version and you can buy it within that state, but it won't ship out of it. Oh, okay. The next step is the drawing in March. Okay, well, we praying. We hope everything goes well, Jason. So, a dude in Rhode Island, apparent or allegedly, I should say, forced a woman to go to the ATM and withdraw $200 to repay him for food she ate on a dinner date after she refused him sex. Let me say that again. A dude in Rhode Island forced a woman to the ATM in order to withdraw $200 to repay him for food she ate on their dinner date after she refused him sex. Listen, I need all y'all who are aficionados in this weed lube to tell me, y'all send me an email or a DM on where I get this stuff from. I mean, I need a website or location in my area where I get some from. Y'all, I'll be waiting. When I get off this live, I expect to see either in my DMs or in my inbox. I mean, So Jeff and Little Baby, y'all are in the Mod Squad chat. So y'all can put it in the Mod Squad chat. And Jason, you in the Mod Squad chat too. So y'all can put it in the Mod Squad chat. I'm just saying. That's what we're doing now, Patty Dude. That is what we're doing. Patty Dude. Listen, let me read this story. Rhode Island man Nicholas Alaverdian was who faked his death and then almost died of COVID in Scotland. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Before we even get to before we even get to him making this lady go get this $200, can we just stop at how they describe this person? Their description of this man is all right, Jeff. They they describe this man as Rhode Island man Nicholas Alaverdian, who faked his death and then almost died of COVID in Scotland. That is, oh dear God, the description of who he is. Like, when you say Barack Obama, former president, um, Denzel Washington, Oscar-winning actor, Nicholas Alaverdian, a Rhode Island man who faked his death and almost died of COVID in Scotland. That's before we even get to the story at hand. What is happening? What is happening? So, um, so apparently, he has been accused of attacking four women, including a woman. He marched to an ATM to withdraw $200 after she refused him sex. Nicholas was all over the news last month after it was revealed that he faked his own death in 2020 to evade sex and fraud charges. So apparently he had charges. He brought up on him for, I guess, um, sex and fraud charges of some sort, and he tried to fake his death to get out of them. This is according to the Daily Mail, y'all. So, this man accused of faking his own death to avoid jail time once flew into a rage over a crying child, and on another occasion forced a woman to repay him for dinner after she refused his sexual advances, according to a report. He gained international notoriety after it was revealed last month that he faked his own death in 2020 to evade sex and fraud charges. He assumed a false identity in Scotland, but his cover was blown after he was hospitalized with a life-threatening case of COVID, and he was arrested by Interpol, only to be released on bail weeks later. He was arrested again Thursday for missing an extradition hearing as new allegations about his disturbing personal life came to light. One woman told Pawtucket police that Alaverdian became enraged after she rebuked his advances after a dinner date, according to police reports obtained by the Providence Journal. While they were convening in his apartment later that night, he became enraged after she rejected his advances and demanded to be compensated for the meal they shared. After taking away her phone, he drove her to a nearby ATM and instructed her to withdraw $200. She acquiesced because, quote, she felt she had no choice but to give him the money in fear of further violence, end quote, the report said. That's the whole story. So apparently all of this happened across the pond over there in Mother England. So let's piece this together. Y'all know when we get these kinds of stories, we gotta piece this shit together. Okay, we gotta piece this shit together. Dude has sex and fraud charges. Urgh. You out here raping the people, and you out here probably getting PPP loans or stunting and boosting on people credit cards and stuff like that. Okay, the popos was after him, but before they could get to him, he's clearly white because he's easily able to leave the country, even though you'd have been brought up on charges. You see how quickly and easily he was able to leave the country and get a visa to go over to Mother England. So he goes over to Mother England and takes on an assumed name because the American government ain't looking for nobody white to do anything like that, even though they are the likely culprits. Anyway, so he goes over there under assumed name, and he around here dipping his spoon into every sugar bowl that he can over there, and in the process of doing that, gets the cocoa so bad to where he damn near died of the cocoa. He damn near died of the cocoa. You dipping your spoon into every sugar bowl you can over there across the pond in Mother England, okay? And then caught the cocoa on your goddamn deathbed. So then they found out who the fuck you really was and said, nah, bruh, bring your ass back over here. So he was in the process of being extradited, but because he's white and white people have white privilege, they let him out on bail. Y'all let me know if they would let our black asses out on bail. Who was that rapper that was over there in Sweden or Finland or something like that and attacked somebody and they kept his ass over there for how many months? It was one of them rappers. Was that Ace Hood or one of the Lils or somebody, one of the little rappers or whatever? Remember that a couple years ago? A mess. I think that was like right before the Coco. Anyway, but so now he's over here. So let's get to this date. Oh, ASAP Rocky. Thank you, Jason. I knew it was one of them. So, and remember, they kept his ass right on over there. Nah, bro. Run your ass over here. Nah, bro. You going right to jail. Go to jail. Go directly to jail. Do not pass. Go. Do not collect $200. No, you are not going to no American embassy. Bruh. Roll your ass over here because we're not here for the fuck shit. Mind you, he was the one that was attacked and accosted by this white man over there, and he was just defending himself. That's a whole nother story and a whole nother thing. That's a we ain't on that today. Okay. So brother been over there dipping his spoon into all of these sugar bowls. Okay. And so went on date with chick, splurged. Okay. Child. He done splurged and spent $200. Now I'm kind of with you. If you spend $200 on a meal, when the check comes and that check say $200, women, we love you down. But baby, if a man spends $200 on one meal for you, hey, peace, love. You could try act high and mighty. You can act pious. You can say, Oh, but you should respect me and dot 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 dot. No, boo. $200 was spent. Boo, you giving up some. You get this spoon is being dipped into that sugar bowl. I don't even like the cooter, but please believe if I spend $200 on you, you better spread them legs since I'm dipping my spoon in your sugar bowl. And I don't even like the cooter, but I will make an exception if I done spent $200 of my money. Dear God, what's going on, Quintessential? Listen, if a man spends $200 on a meal, it's no questions asked. When we get to this house, it is what are we talking about? Why are your clothes still on, boo? Boo, boo. What are we doing? That's what happened. He got to that good house. Said, hey, boo, we just done went to this goddamn restaurant. Hey, Miss Trisha P. And I done spent $200. Bitch, what is going on? What are we talking about? She over here trying to make small talk. Oh yeah. The food was so good there. She over here making small talk. You seen the latest episode of Euphoria? Yes, it was so good. Child. And he looking at her like, Mama, please come up out these clothes. And she was like, no, I just want to take it slow and I want to, not move so fast. Baby, you should have took it slow and not move so fast on that goddamn menu when you was ordering, steak tartare, surf and turf, and a side of goddamn, you know, whatever else is expensive, ordering the most expensive shopping. Boo, I spent $200. Boo, two legs, it's $100 per leg. Both legs will be in the air, okay? If I spend $100, I'm gonna just do you with one leg in the air. If I spend $200 or more, both legs is gonna be in the air. Stop playing with me. Mama said, "Hey, baby, hey, boo. I told you I'm not that type of girl. I don't have sex on the first date. But bitch, you showed you eat on the first date. You spend $200 worth of food on the first date. I would have hit that back to your have sex on the first date. You shouldn't eat on the first date either, or not eat $200 worth of food on the first date if you don't have sex on the first date. Stop playing with me. Run me my cooch." She want to run that man her cooch. Oh, you ain't giving me no cooch. Fine, you gonna run me my coins. What do you mean, bitch? I need my $200. Mama had to make the mistake. Mama had to make the mistake of putting her phone over there on the table. Bruh said, "Swoop, give me this there phone. Now what we gonna do? Because you ain't getting this phone back till you run me my money." Now my question is, how the fuck did you even know that she had $200 to take out of her bank account? She might not. I know some broke ass people that will go on a date and let you spend all your good money and not have a dime to their name. How did you even know she was gonna have $200 to take out? I'm just saying. Listen, that young man said, "Baby, you ate on this first date. You giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Or you gonna run me my coins? Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins." That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. This what y'all got going on. Oh dear God. This what y'all got going on. That young man said, "Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins." She want to run the cooch. All right, give me this phone, baby. We going down to the ATM. What, bitch? I said, because he done got enraged and belligerent. He said, "Bitch, I said we going to the motherfucking ATM." What do you mean? I ain't gonna keep asking you no more questions. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. You don't want to run me my cooch, so run me them good coins. Mama went down there. She was probably, oh, you know how she probably a white girl too. Oh, Berkeley, like, oh my God, oh my God. She probably walking outside looking for somebody to help her, and he behind her. Hey, boo, ain't nobody here to help you. Bitch, ain't nobody here to help you. Go into this motherfucking ATM and stop playing with me, okay? Run me my cooch or run me my coin. Oh God. She looking all around for somebody to help her. Baby, the ATM is right there on the corner. But that's not my bank, bitch. I don't care. We using the corner store ATM, but you gonna run me my coins. You ain't want to run me my cooch, so you gonna run me my coins. But I bank with Chase. Baby, I don't care. You gonna pay all of these ATM fees, okay? You gonna pay all of them. Baby, he made mama go ahead and take these good $200. Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God. Child. But wait, you see how it says he marched her down there? That means that he was behind her like, walk, bitch, walk, walk, oh, walk. Oh, y'all got us being silly on a Saturday morning. Only on silly Saturdays. Only on silly Saturdays. That's gonna listen. That's our theme song for the next 6 months. Ain't nobody gonna know what we talk about. But just go. This is another one of them. You had to be there, silly Saturdays. Y'all know we have every now and again. We have it. You had to be there, silly Saturday. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Just saying. I'm just saying. Child. Right, Tracy, let me see you walk, 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 walk. Run me my cooch, run me my coins. Walk. No, it's march, 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 march. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. March, ho, march, ho. Run me my cooch or run me my coin. Oh, dear God. Why y'all playing with me this morning? Ooh, I'm not doing this with y'all. I can't play with y'all. Only on silly Saturdays can we have fun like this. Only on goddamn silly Saturdays. Okay. Mm. Anyway, I'm so glad that we got to that story. That made me feel that was run me my cooch or run me my coin. Here for all of it. Somebody needs to just pull that snippet and just make a whole song and a beat out of it. Okay. Just a whole song and beat out of it. We can make some money over it. We can make some money over here. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Now I ain't a rapper, but that gotta catch the beat. Yeah, yeah. Y'all got a lot going on this morning. Y'all got a lot going on this morning. I'm not doing this with y'all. Only here. Call it lease. Oh boy. Y'all are silly. Speaking of cooch or coins, someone who has a lot of coins and gets a lot of cooch in the form of one of my baby daddies in my head, Nick Cannon, did an interview this week where he stated that his insecurity in the bedroom when he's having sex is him not being able, well, his body. He says he's always been really skinny his whole life. which I can relate to. And he says he's always very insecure, secure and self-conscious about his body. Like he calls it, he'll Winnie the Pooh it. What does it mean to Winnie the Pooh it? Winnie the Pooh always has on a shirt and no bottoms. So he says that he'll have sex and stuff, where he'll have on a shirt and no pants because, his best features are, below the waist. We all seen it. But so he's really insecure about it. Now, here's my thing. I like my man's skinny. And the thing about it is, I would venture to tell Nick Cannon, people like what they like. When you go to bed or when you get ready to sleep with somebody, generally people gonna get in bed with the body type that they like. Some people like big people. Some people like skinny people. Me personally, I like my man skinny like a Nick Cannon. I like my man tall and skinny. You know why? So if they act up, you can, you know, nuck if you buck, and I don't feel like they out of my weight class. I don't need you out of my weight class because if you act retarded, I can. I'm just saying. Just saying. But he says that that's his insecurity in bed. It ain't that much of an insecurity, or you ain't that self conscious. You got seven damn kids, and that's the ones that you claiming. And those only the chicks that ended up getting pregnant. How many scores of other women you done, you know, knocked down? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know. Nick Cannon can get it every day of the week, twice on Sundays. Okay. This goes all the way back to when he was real skinny. Remember back in the day on all that? He was real skinny back then. I was here for it. I was here for him, even back then and even now. When that, you know what? Not when the cervix scoots. Why am I reading Jason? Did you say when the cervix scoots to the left? Oh God. Dear God. What the heck? Only in my chat do we have cervix scooting to the left talk. Only here do we get to freely talk about corner culture. Where's belief? Where's belief? Hashtag corner culture. Corner. This is the corner. My channel is the corner. This is the corner where we have hashtag corner culture. Right. Scoots to the left. I'm not doing this. Oh dear God. So yeah. Hi. He had a nice upper body, so I don't know why he's insecure. He has many pics up. Right, he does, Jake. Jexy 3000. I'm telling exactly, Jexy. I don't understand, but you know what? Everybody has their insecurities. Everybody does. Like some people who you see all of the time who you think have no insecurity, like even me, I have insecurities all of the time. I'm always insecure about coming on camera. I hate literally. Sometimes I still come up and do it, but you believe it or not, I don't even like sometimes watching myself on camera. I go, oh my God, I don't want to say myself no, but I still come and I do it and we make it happen. But sometimes it's those insecurities that kind of push you to greatness. So yeah. Fat or skinny, I don't mind as long as they can handle me. I don't want a man I can beat up. I'm not saying I want to beat him up, but I do need to be able to, if you act crazy, I do need to be able to, hey, you know, like little Scrappy say, put them paws on you. Shoot, you put your paws on me, I'll put mine on you. Anyway. Oh, also in memoriam, I forgot one in memoriam from this week. Let me go back before I get to my next story. I forgot on my in memoriam, Cheryl A. Hickman who was just voted in as the national president of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, passed away this week. And it devastated the whole of the Divine Nine. Everybody has been reaching out, but she literally has been in office 2 months as their newest national president. She passed away suddenly. I believe it was from COVID. Check me. I don't quote me on that, but I think they said it was COVID. Hey, E Starkey, I ain't see you in a bit, E Starkey, but yes, in memoriam to her as well. I forgot to mention her when we did our in memoriam earlier this live. So and it has devastated the whole of the sorority and all of the Divine Nine. So, thoughts and prayers to her family, friends, to the Deltas out there, and to all of those who mourn her loss. Because that was a big one. That one like devastated, it that morning when it happened, my whole, timeline and feed went crazy about it. So oh, you getting that hair done? Quintessential, go ahead, girl, get that hair did. Get that hair did. All right. So in other news, so Candy has a show coming out on the Bravo. It's called Candy and the Gang, and it's about her restaurant, Old Lady Gang, and all of the people that work there and stuff like that. I watched the trailer. The trailer was actually interesting. It really had me really, because you got managers sleeping with subordinates and subordinates being insubordinate to their, managers, and Todd going off on people, Candy going off on people, the three ladies that is named after it being clueless about anything that's going on. It's just a goddamn mess. Yeah, Bertha is back at it. But actually, Patty, do go watch the trailer. Thank you so much, Quintessential, for adding to the snack fund. But um, Patty Duke, the trailer was actually interesting. Now, if you still in the chat, come out of the bushes, because Abby can confirm. Me, Abby, and Really B, last year when they came, we went and we tried to go eat at Old Lady Game. I promise you not. We waited. I think we waited like 2 hours. Because Really B really wanted to go. Now, I've eaten at Old Lady Game before, like years ago when I visited Atlanta. But the people who I went with made reservations, so they made reservations a couple of days in advance. They go Abby out the bushes. Abby, how long did we wait? We waited a few hours. Like I think we went live in the car. We listened to music. We talked. We called people. We, we knelt to the quilt. We knitted a quilt and stuff like that. People were able to get pregnant, have their child, give birth to that child, and see that child off to college by the time we waited for this raggedy ass restaurant. Okay, listen, took a whole nap. And then when it was time for us to be called in, we weren't called in. And then I went over there and lost my mind. I said, Abby and Really B, y'all stay in the car. I'm about to go in this restaurant and lose my whole goddamn mind. Went inside the restaurant, lost my whole mind, okay? My whole goddamn mind, okay? They still ain't have shit for us. We got so mad, frustrated. I threw the little, how they give you the little thing or whatever. I threw the shit at them and said, we don't want this shit, goodbye. And we went to another restaurant. I had a good ass time at the other restaurant. But like I said, I've been there before. The food is all right. You got to run home and tell mama about. I mean, it wasn't nasty. It was good, but it wasn't nothing to be like, oh, I need to make sure I go eat there again. But long story short, me, Abby, and Really B never made it. Because Really B was like, I really want to go to Old Lady Gang. I really want to go. And it wasn't even like we went at a crazy time. It was like a random time. Like it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I think it was a weekday. Was it a weekday or was it the weekend, Abby? I don't remember. Abby will let me know. But it wasn't like a time where it should have been like, oh, that many people there. It was like, girl, girl, what? I think it was a weekday. I think it was like a Friday. I don't think it was a weekend. I think it was a Friday. We went to the other restaurant because I remember we went to the other restaurant and Abby and really B took that infamous photo of me when they said I looked like Bernie Sanders at the inauguration. Okay, that infamous photo with me in my mittens and my jacket, and they said I looked like Bernie Sanders. But but um but no, yeah, it was a Friday. It wasn't a, and it wasn't like a time where you'd be like, oh girl, you know you going. It was like it was like early afternoon, child. Matter of fact, right? We had went to one place. We had got crabs because I was like, I need me some crabs. So I had got me some crabs from one place, but then we wanted to sit down and eat. I said, I'm gonna save my crabs for later. We went to another place. And then, no, we went to Old Lady. We left that place to go to Old Lady Gang. We could have ate at the crab spot, and the Old Lady Gang couldn't give us what we needed, and we left. So, needless to say, the service was horrible. One of the guys on the show, I remember seeing him. He was the guy at the um he was the guy at the host table or whatever. One of the guys from the show. I vividly remember him at the restaurant when we went there. So I'm at, but the trailer looked really good. Um, I think this will be. I think Candy will be more interesting. I shouldn't say Candy will be more interesting, but I think this show will be more interesting than that train wreck that is Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is fucking unwatchable at this point. Real Housewives of Atlanta is unfucking watchable at this point. You can't watch it. Like it's so bad at this point. So yeah. hmm Yeah, McCormick and Schmitz was good. So we had a good time at McCormick and Schmitz. Y'all know we fancy. We fancy around here. Okay, we fancy. Anyway, but the show, the trailer, I will say was interesting. Will I review it? The jury's still out, but it did look interesting. It did. So I'm interested to see what that brings. But I'm sure it'll get pretty good ratings because it has all of the things that it needs to get good ratings. The aunties are back. Todd is there being Todd. Candy is there being bored and as ever, crying here and there like she always do. You got your gays, and you got your girls girling in there. You got your men taking advantage of women in there, womanizing, I should say. You got your ghetto ratchet chicks in there. You got like everything you need. All of the pieces are there, child. All of the pieces in there. Sonny Richard Draws will be on this season, and I'm just scared to possibly no longer like her child. Sonya Richards Ross. I mean, she ain't gonna add nothing. Girl, all you can do for me, Sonya Richards Ross, is get out on that track and run some more. Now, mama can run. Mama can run. Child. Yeah, all of the aunties are in the trailer. Mm. Yeah, I think it's pretty much the end of the road. I think Candy is smart for starting this show because I think she sees that it ain't a whole lot more going on. She gonna ride it till the wheels fall off because they paying her. So she gonna ride Real Housewives of Atlanta till the wheels fall off because they paying her. But I think this show gives her an exit strategy when and if they say, okay, that enough is enough for Real Housewives of Atlanta because this shit is unwatchable. And I don't even know. I think she really probably at this point stays on because of the money, because she's about a coin and keeping her coins. So that's the only thing that keeps her there because they keep throwing money at her. But she serves no purpose there anymore. You know, you say Candy is pretty, pretty. That's all you know, child. What do we know about Candy? Every man wants a woman. That's what we know about candy. Every man wants a woman. That's what we know about candy. I don't watch now the gay web series. I give a child. I done pretty much gave up on the gay web series. They get on my nerves. NBA. You know where I'm at with them. Is getting 4 million for both. She probably is. I can see it. I can see it. But I can see that others. I can see the Candy and the Gang doing much better than Real Housewives of Atlanta. Maybe not in its first season, but once it gets its legs underneath it, I can see it doing better. So, mm child. I'm waiting for now. What I am waiting for MBN is, one of the gay reality series to get picked up by a major network. I think if they pitch it well enough, Chasing Atlanta or Chasing Dallas or one of the Chasing one is probably Chasing Atlanta. If they pitch it and package it well enough, could easily be picked up by Bravo, WeTV, or something like that because it gets ratings. People like it, and I just think that if they talk to the right people, they really can. I could see that. Doesn't she have a few businesses she could show? Well, she is showing her business. Old lady gang. That's what she's showing her business. Showing all her business. Showing all her business. So, but like I said, I saw the trailer. It was really good. I would show it, but I knew I'd get a copyright claim or strike for that, so I ain't gonna even try it. So, um, right, like Joseline did. Joseline got her raggedy ass show. And that shit is unwatchable. It's just a mess. So now that we've dilly dallied enough and we've wasted enough time, it is now time for our patented sugar spike segment. Sugar spike, sugar spikes. Can I get some sugar spike emojis? Sugar spike emojis. It is time for our sugar spikes. Sugar spikes. Sugar spikes, sugar spikes, sugar spikes. Sugar spikes, sugar spikes, sugar spikes. Time for a sugar spike. So, where do we start? Where do we begin? Mitch McConnell. Oh, oh, Mitch McConnell. Mitchell McConnell is in the news, as he always is, because he's a dick fuck. But not just for being a dick fuck, but he did what dick fucks do, which is say stupid shit. So Mitch McConnell, after they had the whole vote on the two voting rights bills, and then they had a vote on to end the filibuster, and none of that passed in the Senate. Mitch McConnell was asked about what this means for Black people. And let me show y'all. Oh, I gotta find it. Hold on. I gotta find it. Hold on, y'all. See, spoke too fast. Let me show y'all what Mitchell had to say. Cause he ain't shit. That bitch ain't shit. Damn it, he ain't shit. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Cause y'all already know how I feel about that young man. Child. You say you ate cheesecake last? Child. Child. Now y'all know full well that whenever whenever I need my devices to act right, inevitably they never act right. Y'all know how this goes. We've been down this road too many times to name. Oh, but anyway, while I'm waiting for this to act right, um, Mitch McConnell is like Satan's boil on the underside of his nutsack, like a boil sitting right in the taint. That is of Beelzebub. Mitch McConnell is the proverbial boil that sits underneath the nutsack, right in the middle of the taint of Lucifer himself. That, ladies and gentlemen, is who Mitch McConnell is. And so Mitch McConnell had what some people would call a Freudian slip. I don't think it was a Freudian slip. I think the bitch was just saying what he meant to say. Child. Wait, Tracy, you said, can we get a Tabitha? Well, I am down. We'll see if Tabitha is down. You know, we might can make that happen. We might can get together and do a collab of some sort. We'll see. We'll see. But Mitch McConnell, who looks like what a uncircumcised penis looks like after you pull back the foreskin, that's what he looks like. That's exactly what he looks like. An uncircumcised penis after you pull back the foreskin. That is pretty much what Mitch McConnell looks like. So, needless to say, hold on, y'all. All right, I think I got it now. Yep. It took that long for my computer to act right. Listen, you tell Tabitha that that's what the people want, and I'm sure me and Tabitha might can make it happen. You know, me and Tabitha might can make it happen. Tell her that's what you want, and she and I might can make it happen. All right, let's share our screen. All right. Let's see if we can get this to play. As it's going. Why you put that face, Jeff? What is happening here?
What's your message for voters of color who are concerned that without the John L. Lewis Voting Rights Act, they're not going to be able to vote in the midterm? Well, the concern is misplaced because if you look at the statistics, African American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as Americans.
Really?
What's your message for voters of color who are concerned that without the John L. Lewis Voting Rights Act, they're not going to be able to vote in the midterm? Well, the concern is misplaced because if you look at the statistics, African American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as Americans.
So, according to Mitch McConnell,
What's your message?
African American voters clearly aren't Americans, which is why they're doing everything in their power to keep us from voting. That's why there's so much more, according to him, we are not American. Let y'all hear him say it again.
Message for voters of color who are concerned that without the John L. Lewis Voting Rights Act, they're not going to be able to vote in the midterm.
Well, the concern is misplaced because if you look at the statistics, African American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as Americans.
So,
What's your message?
now, that young man attempted to walk back his statements and all. I didn't even care about his apologies and him trying to walk back and explain you meant exactly what you said, which is why there is this attack on voting by black people, which is why they don't see us as being they don't even see us as being human. Let's just be clear, so you know they don't see us as being American. We have no rights to this country if you ask white people and people like Mitch McConnell, which is why they have no problems making it harder for you people to vote. He said exactly what he meant. Exactly what he meant. That was not a Freudian slip. That was just him being honest. Let's just be brutally clear about that. It is what it is. I don't think any of us are surprised. All right, we are a listen, Diamond Pearl Jim, we are a subspecies, a subhuman species. Let him tell it. He says that while looking like a giant circumcised penis with the foreskin pulled back. Just saying. They don't want no parts of us. That's where we start today. That's where our sugar spikes start today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just bracing you for it. This is where we start today with our sugar spikes. In more sugar spike news, this headline alone should send you into thermonuclear meltdown in your brain, okay? This next headline alone should send your brain into thermonuclear meltdown. Let me read this headline. Oh, dear God. Hold on. No, because I'm gonna before I could even read this headline, I need, and if you're gonna need some sugar. So go ahead, take a sugar spike break. You're gonna need this for me to read this headline. I'm just warning you. Be forewarned. Be warned. I'm sorry, y'all. It's taking me a moment. I know. His wife might be just as right. Did you not? There was a video all that went viral, I believe, yesterday, of some black people in China that were coming through the airport, and the Chinese people there yelling the N-word at them and saying that they don't want them there. Go look it up. All right. Let me read this headline, dear God. All right. Kyle Rittenhouse wants the gun he used to fatally shoot 2 men and wound another back in his possession. He also wants his clothing from the night of the shooting, his cell phone, his face mask, and a $1 bill returned to him. Here's what angers me sometimes about our own people. They seem to believe that Kyle Rittenhouse had nothing to do with black people and that black people should not be concerned with Kyle Rittenhouse, forgetting that Kyle Rittenhouse went there to kill black people. He didn't go there for the white people that ended up getting shot. He went there for our black asses, and he was intercepted before he could get to us by some white people, and they ended up being the victims of his shooting. But let's be clear, he was going after us. That was a Black Lives Matter movement that had some of our white allies that were there. He wasn't coming there for them. He was coming there for our black asses. And so when I hear black people say, oh, we shouldn't be concerned with Kyle Rittenhouse because they have nothing to do with us, that had everything to do with us. But now, this, I don't even have the words or adjectives to describe. You want to talk about subhuman species? This is what a subhuman species looks like, okay? This young man who got off is now, in his white privilege and white supremacy, saying, hey, boo, I need the gun back that I used to kill these people with. So what next? OJ Simpson gonna be around here asking for the bloody knife back? Like that's what we're doing now? When you get off for murder, you go and you say, oh, can you run me my gun back? Can I get my gun back, please? Not only can I get my gun back, I need my face mask, I need my cell phone and my clothes, and I had $1 bill in my pocket. Run me all my money back. That's what we're doing. Now, we got some wonderful human beings that have passed away in the last month or so. We've had phenomenal human beings that have passed away, but we still have this kind of trash roaming about. The good Lord has seen fit to take on to glory some phenomenal individuals, but we have pieces of trash that continue to roll around with us here. This being an example of a piece of trash. Like, what? Let me read this. The Illinois man, Kyle Rittenhouse, who was found not guilty for fatally shooting 2 men and wounding another during protest in Kenosha, Wisconsin, dear God, is back in the news. He now wants the same gun he used to kill 2 people returned to him, along with other property that was taken once he was arrested by police, according to the Associated Press. I don't even know that I can make it through this article, y'all, because it's maddening. Like, this is not new. Remember during the George Floyd protest, there was the white couple that was arrested for shooting into the crowd or whatever, and when they were taken down and arrested and let go, they said, can we have our guns back? This is the fuck shit that white people get allowed to do. This is the white privilege and white supremacy that goes on in these yet to be United States of America. A mess. Police have had the gun since the day after Rittenhouse shot 3 men on August 25th, 2020, during protests over the shooting of Jacob Blake by a white police officer, according to the Associated Press. Mark Richards, Rittenhouse's attorney, filed paperwork with the Kenosha County Circuit Court seeking the return of the AR-15, which he had illegally, his clothes worn the night of the shooting, and other items. Rittenhouse claims he wants the gun back so it can be destroyed. Because we trust you to destroy it, right? Because the authorities trust you to go and destroy it properly. Why not just leave it with the police? Like, make this shit make sense. Rittenhouse family spokesman David Hancock said Thursday that Rittenhouse wants to destroy the rifle and plans to throw out his clothing so no one can use any of it to, quote, celebrate the shootings. Hancock said, at the end of the day, 2 people did lose their lives, period. That weapon was involved in that. That weapon doesn't belong on a mantle. It doesn't belong in a museum. It belongs where Kyle wants it, and Kyle wants it destroyed. It belongs where Kyle wants it? Really? The gun that he wasn't even supposed to have, because he wasn't even old enough to have it. But it belongs where he wants it. The gun that was obtained illegally. I'm not doing this with y'all today. Nope. Just not doing this with y'all. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Nope. Just gonna do that. I don't even know what else y'all want me to say. What do y'all want me to do? What do y'all want me to do with this? What do y'all want from me? What do y'all want from me? I have nothing else, because that's gonna send me way into the strategy. That's gonna send me to threat level red and take me to places that I'm not ready to go today. So let me break it back down. Next story, because that was about to send me. Well, in more sugar spike news, because this keeps getting better. In the great state of Arkansas, inmates are suing a jail alleging they were victims of ivermectin experiments. Mm-hmm. 4 inmates say the Washington County Detention Center and its doctor gave them ivermectin to treat COVID-19 without their consent. That's right. A group of prisoners in Arkansas are suing the Washington County Detention Center, its sheriff, and its physician, alleging that they were given ivermectin to treat COVID-19 at the Fayetteville facility without their consent. The ACLU filed a federal lawsuit on behalf of the men last Wednesday. The plaintiffs alleged they were told they were being given vitamins, antibiotics, and or steroids. The truth, however, was that without knowing and voluntary consent, plaintiffs ingested incredibly high doses of a drug that credible medical professionals, the FDA, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention all agree is not an effective treatment against COVID-19. The lawsuit against the Washington County Detention Center, Washington County Sheriff Tim Helder, and Dr. Robert Karras says, according to CBS News. The plaintiffs in the case include Edric Florio Wooten, Jeremiah Little, Julio Gonzalez, and Damon Blackburn, according to a statement released by the ACLU. The men were reportedly treated with more than 3 times the approved dosage of ivermectin, which is used to treat some parasites and rosacea, but is not approved by the FDA as an effective treatment for COVID-19. Quote, no one, including incarcerated individuals, should be deceived and subject to medical experimentation. Sheriff Helder has a responsibility to provide food, shelter, and safe, appropriate care to incarcerated individuals, end quote, said Gary Sullivan, legal director of the ACLU of Arkansas. The Food and Drug Administration has said that misuse of ivermectin for COVID-19 can cause serious harm, including seizures, comas, and even death. The detention center failed to use safe and appropriate treatments for COVID-19, even in the midst of a pandemic, and they must be held accountable. According to the ACLU, the men were given ivermectin in November of 2020 and found out the truth about the pill in July of 2021. It was confirmed that the drug was being dispensed to them in August of 2021, the same month the 4 plaintiffs tested positive for COVID-19. CBS News interviewed one of them, 30-year-old Edric Florio Wooten, who said it was only after news reports emerged after they began taking the mix of between 2 and 12 pills twice daily. 2 and 12 pills twice daily, that authorities began to ask the inmates for permission. Nearly 24 inmates turned down the treatment. The suits for plaintiffs are seeking to be examined by independent medical professionals as well as to be awarded their costs, fees, and any other appropriate relief to which they are entitled. It goes on and on and on. Where do we start? Where do we go from here? Like, what the fuck? Between 2 and 12 pills a day. This is what we got going on. This is what we got going on. So, and of course, I need not tell you that all of these men are black and Hispanic. I probably should. You probably should have assumed that. Ain't none of them white. But Fox News and every far right wing news outlet, media outlet, blog, podcast, Joe Rogan and the boys and all of them are over there preaching ivermectin, but they won't take it themselves, but they trying it involuntarily on Black and Hispanic people. I mean, but when y'all telling us that it works, so try it on your own people. Why you tried it on our black asses? Like, make it make sense. This is what we got going on. These are the practices of authoritarian and fascist countries. These are the practices of authoritarian and fascist countries. So y'all wanted to try it out on black people before y'all gave it to the white people, right? You know they've been experimenting on our black asses since the dawn of time. Why? Because they know which part of the species is the superior and true part of the species. Is this species originated out of Mother Africa. And so black people, being the originators of the species and being the conduit by all other races and ethnicities were formed in the species, are the truest form of the species. So they use our black asses for experimentation because their white fragile asses can't take it. I mean, then we already talked about when we talked about Lovecraft Country, how the entirety of the gynecological branch of medicine was experimented on by doctors on black women to their own death and detriment. This is what y'all got going on. I told y'all we had a long sugar spike segment today. I told y'all it's gonna be a lot of sugar spikes today. I told y'all. That's what we got going on. I don't want to spend too much time on any of these sugar spike segments because this is Silly Saturday, not the politics of it all. I do got a politics of it all coming early in the week, but we'll say that for the week. Say it with me. Run me my coochie or run me my coins. Run me my coochie or run me my coins. Run me my coochie or run me my coins. Run me my coochie or run me my coins. Run me my coochie or run me my coins. Run me my coochie or run me my coins. Say it with me. Anyway, we almost done. So in news that kind of saddens me, but is the reality of what we have to deal with, let me remind you of this young lady who I'm about to speak on, one of our beautiful black queens. One of our beautiful black queens in the form of this young lady's right here. The beautiful Amanda Gorman. Oh, yes. Hey, Ivy Brennan. Good to see you back with us. Good to see you back. We're just being silly today. It's Silly Saturday. So, Amanda Gorman, who you remember is a beautiful black queen who gave that prolific poem during Joseph R. Biden's inauguration. She was in the news this week. And She's in the news because her family helped her practice shielding my body from bullets before the inauguration performance. According to People magazine, Amanda Gorman um, talked about her performance at Joe Biden's inauguration um, in an essay for the New York Times, and it included some rather sad truths about the country we live in. While Gorman, who is 23, gave a powerful and inspiring performance of her poem, The Hills We Climb, in front of hundreds of high profile public figures and millions of viewers nationwide, the days before her groundbreaking poem recital were filled with fear for a multitude of reasons, and she almost declined the honor altogether. Quote, just a few weeks before, domestic terrorists assaulted the U.S. Capitol, the very steps where I would recite, she wrote. I did not know then that I'd be famous, but I did know at the inauguration I was going to become highly visible, which is a very dangerous thing to be in America, especially if you're black and outspoken and have no secret service. It didn't help that I was getting DMs from friends telling me, not so jokingly, to buy a bulletproof vest. My mom had us crouch in our living room so that she could practice shielding my body from bullets. That is sobering. Now, that is sobering. That is sobering. The Harvard graduate went on to write that after going back and forth on whether or not to perform, one of her biggest worries of pulling out of the inauguration was that she'd, quote, spend the rest of my life wondering what this poem could have achieved. On that January 20th, what I found waiting beyond my fear was every person who searched beyond their own fears to find space for hope in their lives. The activist, who is the youngest inaugural poet in U.S. history, wrote, where am I at? I lost my place. I'm sorry. Wrote later, adding, so do not fear your fear. Own it, free it. And she goes on to talk about owning her fears and things like that. But I wanted to bring to light that this young girl, in practicing and preparing for this performance, had her mother practice shielding her body from bullets, which is what a mother does. There's so many parts to this. First of all, it's sobering, the fear that this young black queen had to go through, knowing that she had put herself in harm's way, just being at the doorstep of what 2 weeks before was a whole terrorist attack where people lost their lives. And knowing that she's a black queen standing in front of the podium, knowing anything could happen, and the mother saying, hey, I don't care what happened, you practice crouching, I will practice shielding you, because that's what black women have been doing for their children since the dawn of time. A black mother will shield her black child even if it means her own death and detriment. That goes without saying. Such powerful words and things like that. It's very sobering, very, very sobering. And it gave me not such a good feeling when I read that. I was like, wow. But I'm so glad that she, pushed through her own fear and said, I'm going to do it. And we were introduced to this beautiful black queen and her greatness and all that she was able to do in inspiring us and inspiring the nation with her powerful oration and speech. Wonderful, wonderful speech that she gave. So, Amanda Gorman, our beautiful Black queen. Niecy Watson, I see you talking about, we spoke about that earlier. I did not mention how he died. I did not want to go into the gory details about how he died or whatnot because I didn't want to. Um, I don't think the family wants. A lot of times when people do in their life in that manner, it's kind of, it doesn't help the family. And when you have people that are grieving and mourning, you need not keep throwing in their face the that is how that person ended up not being here. So I didn't even mention that. So um, I'm going to not. I don't want to be disrespectful to you, Niecy Watson, but can somebody take out that comment about how he passed away? Can one of my mods do that for me, please? Thank you. Anyway, did one of my mods take care of that for me? Because I can't see. Hold on, let me look at the chat. What's going on with my chat? Anyway, our last story of the day is, I'm not saying it's an issue, and it's not. I'm not, first of all, that's not the. Well, we're not even on that topic right now. And I'm not saying it's not an issue in our Black community, but we were in a totally different topic, and we touched that earlier. I'm just choosing not to. I have that right. So, and there's a time and place to talk about that. Now is not that time. So, our last story. I believe this is my last story. Where am I at? All right. So, in our last story, I found an article that talked about, well, this is going to dip a little bit into the politics of it all, but talked about the dissatisfaction and disappointment by voters in one specific state. There was a reporter who went into South Carolina, and they wanted to get a feeling for how Black voters in South Carolina feel about the current president. Now, let me start by saying, you ever notice that when Black people are, when they want to get the they want to get the sentiments of Black people politically, they always run over there to South Carolina. You ever notice the mainstream media always run over there to South Carolina? Always. As if South Carolina speaks for all Black people. If you know how Black people feel in South Carolina, you know how they feel everywhere, which is not true at all, because we don't think in a monolith. And Black people in different areas think and act differently. There are some universalities about us, but there is still quite a few differences. Not here or there. I'm not going to focus on all of it, but I do want to focus on, and they were specifically speaking uh, about the fact that the voting rights bill did not go through the John Lewis bill didn't go through and so forth. And I wanted to read part of the article because this is by NBC. Because in part of the article, they mentioned the press conference that Joe Biden had a few days ago and how Biden was asked what he's done for the Black community. Here's what Biden said in response to that question. He says, quote, I've had their back. I've had their back my entire career. I've never not had their back. And I started on the voting rights issue long, long ago. That's what got me involved in politics in the first place. Wait, what? When what? Wait, what? You had a what? I'm gonna read that again for y'all in the back. Maybe y'all didn't hear him. Maybe when asked, when your president, the 46th president of these yet to be United States of America, I feel like I ain't said yet to be United States of America in a long time. But when your president, yes, the 46th president of these yet to be United States of America, was asked what he's done for the Black community, he said, and I quote, I've had their back. I've had their back my entire career. I've never not had their back. And I started on the voting rights issue long, long ago. That's what got me involved in politics in the first place. Really? Do I need to remind you of some of the legislation? I ain't gonna even go to the legislation that most Black people will quote for you, which is the legislation that caused more Black people to be incarcerated during the 90s. There's other legislation that you had your hands on back in the 80s, Joseph R. Biden. Do you really want me to go down this road on you, Joseph R. Biden? Do you want me to go down this road and eviscerate you? Because you telling us you done had our back, bruh, bruh, bruh. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And not to be outdone, because whenever anything involves Black people, which congressman do they shove a mic in front of? Goddamn Jim Clyburn. This motherfucker. So then he comes out and says, it's disrespectful to expect Biden to be able to move on all of the initiatives he mentioned in his campaign in under 1 year. You've got to focus on the glass being half full and tell people what we've done with that half, and so that they will have faith and confidence that we will get the other half of the glass done. If we keep talking about what we have not done rather than what we have done, we deserve to be defeated at the polls. What? Yeah, this is that Jim Clyburn. The one who y'all know I don't want no part. I don't see it for Jim Clyburn at all. And I hate that they always shove a mic in front of him to speak on issues surrounding Black people and how Black people feel. Little baby, we talked about that because they want the Black people to wait, but the Asian people waited a month, and they had a bill out there for them. When them Asians got shot, it was maybe a month. I might say 5 or 6 weeks. A bill was done and signed, passed and signed. but they don't want no parts of our black asses. But you tell me you've had our back, and you've always had our back. Mm-mm. Try again. Jim Clyburn around here talk about, oh, you gotta look at the glass half full and not half empty, and just trust and believe that we gonna fill the other half. Wait, what? Bitch, what? Let me help you understand something, Jason. Asians are valued by white people because they don't want to value black people. Because let's be clear, when we look at the history of invention in this country, that is us. When you look at anything revolutionary in terms of technology, in terms of invention, in terms of progress and moving the human species forward, we do it first, others copy it and take claim of it. And that goes back to the white privilege and white supremacy in this country because they don't want our black asses to have anything. They don't want us to get credit for anything. Rather, they want to discredit us and make us seem as if we are inferior and it make us seem as if we have no value when in all actuality it is a complete opposite. Hey Amber, a mess. A mess. A whole goddamn mess. And you got Jim Clyburn around here. I told you I didn't even want to read the rest of the article where they was talking about the where they was talking about what how the Carolinians felt. I wanted to focus in on the fuck shit that came out of Joe Biden's mouth and Jim Clyburn's mouth. Because Jim Clyburn told you black people, wait with patience. Hey Monk Chip, what's good, boo? I mean, well, Tracy, you know, white people love including Asians in that subgroup, people of color, so that when they do all of these things for the Asian people, they can say, "Oh, we help people of color." Mind you, they're only looking to help the Southeast Asians. They're not looking to help the Middle Eastern Asian. They ain't looking to do nothing for Middle Eastern Asian. As long as you're Southeast Asian, they're here for you. Fuck around and be Middle Eastern Asian. They don't want no parts of you. Monk Chip, I hope they ain't working you too hard over there. Listen, I'm gonna get up off this because I might have to save and break that down on Silly Saturday. I mean, not on Silly Saturday, on the politics of it all. Where we break down and we go piece by piece and remind Joe Biden how he haven't had our backs. But we're gonna get off here for now. We've been on here 2 hours. 2 hours. We're about to get up off here. Listen, if you were not here during the first hour, you missed. You need to go red ball back. You need to go and roll the red ball back. And because today we had one of those epic moments in Silly Saturday history when you have something that comes out of Silly Saturday that sticks around for some time. Run me my coochie or run me my coins. Run me my coochie or run me my coins. Run me my coochie or run me my coins. Run me my coochie or run me my coins. You had to be there. Y'all, it is Saturday and we are silly. We are so silly. It is Silly Saturday. This is what we do on a Silly Saturday. Listen, run me my coochie or run me my coins. Okay. I'm glad you saved it, DC. And I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, DC, but I know we had covered it earlier and we could talk about the whole suicide part of it. Give it some time. And like I've had a lot of people that were close to me, even in my own family, that have had to deal with suicide. And in the immediacy of that person's death, I just a lot of times don't feel like that's the right moment to start to unpack the suicide part, because you still have people grieving and mourning. And when you still have people that are grieving and mourning, you got to give them some time to grapple with just the death itself. And then in the healing process, in the aftermath, you can start to unpack how we got there and stuff like that. So that's why I say it's just, there's a time for it, and it just wasn't the time, right now. But shout out to y'all for being here. Shout out to my mod squad. Thank y'all so much for being here, rolling through and modding and doing all of this stuff that we do over here. You know what I'm saying? I never want y'all to think mod squad that y'all are not appreciated. Y'all know I tell y'all in the mod squad chat all the time how much I love y'all and how much I appreciate y'all. So yes, put some shondos in the chat before we get out of here. Thank you to each and every one of my members. You all support me, y'all strengthen me, y'all help me get this thing done. We got some good things coming, improvements and all kinds of stuff that will be here for y'all, so look forward to that. There are exciting things on the horizon, so you should look forward to that. I'm trying to see. Oh, if you are not subscribed to Teacher Project 2.0, please go and subscribe to Teacher Project 2.0. We're doing some great work over there, myself and Really B, and I always want to promote that. So subscribe to Teacher Project 2.0, like, share, subscribe to that channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell and click all so that you are always aware of everything that's going on with Teacher Project 2.0, because we are really pushing and promoting that channel this year. As I always say when I end these things, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. Thank you, Quintessential, for your super chat today. And thank each and every one of you for all of the small tokens that you make to me, big tokens, small tokens, and everything in between. I am very grateful because you don't have to do it. I don't even ask, and you all do it anyway. So I am grateful. Y'all know when you come over here, y'all ain't got to worry about me dry bigging for nothing over here. We come over here, and whatever people do, they do freely. If you subscribe freely. If you click a like button, you do it freely of your own volition. So, and I am grateful for each and all of it. I think that's all that I got for y'all. I think, yeah, that's all I got. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We out.